Biology Part 247. There are many possible variations in columate organization, some of which are illustrated by the groups of organisms considered in the remainder of this tutorial, namely by phylum Annelida, phylum Mollusca, and that's how the groups are not closely related, with each own the particular specializations. As you read them, you should try to assess to what extent column has contributed to the success of these three groups. Phylum Annelida, segmented worms. They have a classification of phylum Annelida segmented worms and the segmented body plan. Apart from the column, the most important feature of annelid structure, the metamerism, that is the subdivision of the body into many similar segments, typically an individual segment of metamere, contains a number of complete organisms which are therefore duplicated many times along the length of the organisms. Such a body plan is extremely versatile because it allows further specializations of organ systems. Segments at the anterior become adapted to the feeding and through cephalization. Sense organs and the nervous tissues are concentrated in the head region. At the same time, structures duplicated further back can be reduced in size or may disappear altogether. In a similar way, the segments in other parts of the bodies become specialized for locomotion, digestion, reproduction, and we will see them shortly. Animals have exploited this body plan to good effect. Two other major groups of the organisms show the comparable forms of the metameric segmentation, namely the arthropods and chordates. The success of the segmented body plan is an important factor in helping to explain tremendous diversity of the forms observed among these organisms. Polychaete adaptations. The polychaetes are the local specialized groups of the annelids. They are marine and estuarines. British representatives include the ragworms, nares, hurtworms, as well as the sessile tube buildings, worm-like, all of which are found abundantly in this sea-shot habitat. The structure is illustrated in our figure, and typically in the animals 7 to 10 centimeter long, consists of 90 to 120 segments. With an exception of the head, the last segment, every segment carries a pair of fleshy projections called the parapodia, which are used as paddles during the swimming and for gas exchange. Tufts of the sharp bristles and jet sticking from the tips of each propendium help to grip the smooth surfaces, may give some protection against the predators. In transverse sections, we'll discuss what has been there. Beneath this layer, the circular longitude muscles and the large strands of the oblique lie. Many novice species are active carnivores, pursuing smaller organisms with their powerful jaws. And they have a more sedate method of food capture and lives in soft sand or mud where it forms a conical net of mucus extending around the opening of its burrow. Movements of the parapodia maintain a current of water which draws in small organisms and other food particles. From time to time, the net is eaten together with the content and the animal makes another. So this is how the digestive system goes along. At the anterior end, the muscular pharynx inside and extended through the mouth exposing the pair of the jaws with grasp of the food. The extension is achieved by a sudden contraction of the circular muscles of the body.